You're listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.
It is Flannel Friday.
Totally Flannel Friday. I even got the right color today, too.
Colder today.
Woo. It is cold. Well, just wait till Monday.
Just wait till Sunday.
Low of 4.
3?
3? Yeah.
It's
not like it's March
cold.
or anything.
I know. It is.
My mother-in-law told me yesterday that spring starts on March 20th.
Yes.
So it is still winter.
No guarantee that it's going to be any warmer, though.
Well, that's true.
It is Friday, March 1st.
Oh, yeah, it's March.
It is March. Yes. Yeah. It was.
Some days I look at a calendar.
And we have two great topics on deck today. March, which means that it is National Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. We have a story to share with you from our friends at Bethesda, and a new document from CTCR out just this week on holy baptism.
It's a very important topic.
It is a very important topic, and it raised the question for me, are there questions about holy baptism that we haven't addressed or that need clarification? So we're going to talk about that with the Reverend Dr. Joel Leyenbauer coming up in the second half of the program. Thanks to our friends at Concordia University, Wisconsin, for supporting the Coffee Hour. You can find out more about them at cuw.edu. And Concordia University, Wisconsin just happens to be also the home of Bethesda College of Applied Learning. And so glad to have Bethesda with us this morning. Sandra Rice, she's the Religious Resource Creation Director at Bethesda Lutheran Communities. Sandra, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. I must tell you, I'm feeling a little guilty because I am not in the cold. Even though I'm from Buffalo, I'm actually on vacation in Florida right now, and it's lovely here.
Oh, man. No Flannel Friday for you in Florida.
Thanks for pointing that out. Wow. Well, I'm glad that you are enjoying some warmer weather. Maybe, are you there for spring training too? Or just enjoying some vacation?
Well, actually, I'm with my sisters. If I was here with my husband, I would be. But no, we're in Epcot today. So,
What a fun day. And March is National Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Share with us a story that helps us understand developmental disabilities and really the progress that we've made in understanding developmental disabilities and serving with one another.
Sure. We're really excited to get behind this whole idea that we need to not only have some awareness when it comes to disabilities, but we're really excited about making sure that people go that extra step. Go one step further. It's so wonderful that congregations welcome people, that they make some adaptations so that people can feel that they belong in that place. We want to make them feel belonging in that group. So I have a friend named Paris. He is a great friend of mine, and I'm actually an advocate for him because he doesn't have any family left. And Paris asks me to come to his yearly meetings. And one of the best things that happens is that he is able to voice at those meetings that not only does he attend church, but he belongs there. I'm telling you that if he doesn't show up, phone calls and texts, where have you been? Why aren't you there? And that's the same for any of us, right? If you're in a book club and you don't show up for your book club, people want to know where you are, right? And if you're on a golf team, they have to, well, they probably have to play for you, but they want to know why you're not there. And so we're trying to encourage people to go that extra step, not just welcome people, but help people to feel as if they belong, because they do belong in the body of Christ. So that's what we're pushing for this month. Really excited about that.
Yeah, it's so important for everybody to feel like they have that community and feel like they have that sense of belonging. That goes so far for I guess holistic health for every individual, for your mental health and your physical health, just to have those connections with other people. That's so important. This month, what can we do for National Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month? I have a really cool wristband on that I think is part of that, right?
Yes, the wristband is the fun part, the social media part. We're trying to gather awareness for Bethesda as well. And we're asking people to go on our site, check us out, see all of the fun things that are happening in the area. But one of the things we're also asking for is for you to send selfies in on Facebook or Twitter and let people know that you support the cause. That's all we need, is just some support. The more people are aware of who Bethesda is, they'll start seeing how important it is to work and help people strive when it comes to developmental disabilities. And we're really excited about it. So, of course, I'll be donning my little bracelet and going out to Epcot and chat with some people and see what we can do there, too. So if you can send a selfie in, Facebook, social network, that would be really awesome.
Well, we have some here in studio. We'll share them with friends. And I think I need to bring some to Sunday school this week as well.
Yeah.
My son has a friend who is the same age as him, but has some developmental disabilities. And trying to teach my son that it's important to engage with friends, even if they don't have the same language skills that you have. This young boy, when we go to Sunday school, I make sure that I take time to say good morning to him and sometimes sing a song with him, because he always responds with smiles and claps when we sing together. And trying to encourage my son to, trying to model that for him, but also to encourage him to say hello and be inclusive of this friend that, it's a little different, but that doesn't mean that we can't do it and do it well, and make sure that this young boy is included in the conversations in the class as well.
Well, I think that even adults go in and not only focus with children, but you can even think about your workplace. You can go into your workplace and see what kinds of things can be done in your workplace to make that a place for people with developmental disabilities as well. Have you looked around and checked to see if people do feel as if they belong? Have you talked to your boss just to see if there are opportunities there? We are constantly looking for wonderful ways to help people with disabilities find employment too.
Well, the social media campaign and these bracelets are pretty cool. Connect All Abilities is the hashtag. Hashtag Connect All Abilities. We've got some here in studio. Are there others floating around the country that folks can, I would say, get their hands on, but actually get them on their hands is probably the better way to put it.
There are. Our ministry consultants have them all over the country. So if you happen to have a Bethesda ministry consultant in your area, you can ask them. But you can also go to our website, and I'm sure you can request one from them, and they'll get them out as soon as they can. Very exciting stuff.
Now, as Religious Resource Creation Director for Bethesda, you oversee a number of resources that are provided and some new content, some new materials. Tell us about the Faith in Action workbook.
Yes, we have a new book called My Faith in Action. This is really exciting because it is an advocacy workbook. So people with disabilities can use this book, and they go through very simple steps at the beginning where you just say where you want to go to church and what time you want to go, and if you want to go to a Bible class or take a class for baptism or communion, and you work your way all the way through the book till you get to leadership positions. I want to be a Sunday school teacher. I want to be a Sunday school teacher aide. So it's an entire book. And then at the end, we have a place where people can transfer all the information that's in the book. And this is the great part, is they can take those pieces with them to their annual meetings and advocate for themselves when it comes to the faith. So often when we go to meetings, they separate that, or they don't include faith, or they don't bring it up unless either an advocate or somebody who is there for the meeting brings it up. So there's a spot right there that says, hey, I want to talk about church at my meeting, and I want to make sure these are part of my goals. So this is a handy book for them to use so they can advocate for themselves. It's really exciting.
That's a great thing to be empowering for people to be able to talk about what they want to do. The National Youth Gathering is coming up in Minneapolis in July. We'll be there.
And it'll be a little warmer.
Hopefully, it is Minneapolis. What's happening with Bethesda at the National Youth Gathering this year?
Bethesda will be there. We'll have a booth, and they'll have all kinds of interactive opportunities. So if you visit there, you can get some prizes and do some interactive activities for sure. And then they are also working on workshops and presentations for leaders, and hopefully also the youth. So also have some servant events. We have a group called that works with birthday boxes, and they bring in all different kinds of items. Pack the bags up, pack the boxes up, whichever you decide to do, and they take them to the different group homes so that if there's a birthday, they can have a celebration. It's not necessarily packed with gifts, but it's packed with fun paper plates and balloons balloons and all those fun things so that everyone can have a great celebration at home.
The resources we mentioned earlier, the Faith in Action workbook and other resources, where can we find those?
That would be at Bethesda's website, Bethesda L, as in Lutheran, G as in communities.org. Or you can also email me at religiouslife@BethesdaLC.org. Either one of those would work great. The other pieces that we do have that will work with disability awareness this month is we have some information for congregations. We have sermon notes and Bible studies. We have chapels for the schools, all available on our website as well underneath the Wonderfully Made category. So they can go and do all kinds of disability awareness in the schools or in the congregations. So that's available for free as well.
Check it out, BethesdaLC.org. It's where you can find those resources, and including that. I want to get a copy of the Faith in Action workbook. I have someone in mind now, actually, as a just literally scribbling notes that we need to get one of those. Sandra, thank you so much for sharing with us today. Sandra Rice, Religious Resource Creation Director, Bethesda Lutheran Communities, and celebrating National Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Thanks for being our guest on the Coffee Hour today.
Thank you for having me.
Enjoy your time in sunny, warm Florida. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll take a look at the new CTCR document on holy baptism. You're listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.